So I'm up here at the park again. I have my phone precariously perched on that blue metal. It's not like monkey bar, it's like a ladder, the big ladder. You guys know the one from the last video. And it is overcast again. You know, after I finished recording the last video, the sun came out. It was like really nice. Like I was walking around in short sleeves and shorts. Oh man, it was perfect, beautiful weather. It was so awesome to be able to go out and experience it. And yesterday I had work. It's the one I picked up for this week because this week is like really slow at work. My supervisor says it's like really unusually slow, especially for this time of year. But I did manage to pick up a shift and it wasn't too bad. I actually had a pretty good day at work. It was just work. I think the more that I've done this job, obviously as with any job, you just kind of start going through the motions. You can have good or bad days, but you just kind of have days. And I'll say this, having days, not good, not bad, just days is, that's pretty good. So maybe that counts as a good day, I don't know. How are we doing today? Boy, there's a lot going on today, kinda, in the entertainment world. First off, this morning was like kind of, man, it was a rough start. I don't know. I woke up and I was fine. And then I got out of bed and I started getting all my stuff together because I'm like, okay, I got some videos I got to work on. I want to do all these different things. And whew, it was kind of had a pretty rough moment, man. I sat down at my computer like to start getting that ball rolling as my water boiled. And man, my heart started racing. It was like bam, 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 bam. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, you know, it was like all at once, all these things just started compounding onto me. And then I went and I took a freaking fat dump. And that's gross, but I felt a lot better after that. And it's kind of crazy how many times like I'll just feel like shit. Like, oh my God, am I dying? What the hell is wrong with me? And then I'll take a crap and then I'm feeling way better afterwards. It's bizarre, but I'm glad I'm doing better. I mean, I'm up here, I'm walking around, I'm enjoying the sights and sounds. My rib is still sore right here. I think it's getting better. It's getting like a little bit better every day. Every day I wake up, I'm like, it doesn't feel as bad as it did yesterday. It's car driving. There's a road literally right over there. I can see it through the trees because the leaves haven't started growing back, but there's like a road right there. So yeah, I was dealing with that, but I'm doing much better now, thankfully. It's always scary. I always come on to these videos going like, yeah, I feel like crap. Oh, it's so crusty. Oh, it's terrible. I don't want to be like that. I don't want this to be like my hypochondriac. Is that the right word? The one where like you're scared because you have some medical malfunction going on all the time. This rib thing is just a random sore rib. I mean, that's it. You know, there's good and there's bad, right? I've kind of just been like up and down. Like ever since I got sick, I've been like up and down. And maybe I have some sort of like long COVID or something. Something that's just like still hanging on a couple of weeks after I got over being sick. And it's causing these problems. But I don't know. Because I went to work yesterday and I rolled up and I was fine. And I went through the whole shift and I was like on top of it. And maybe my body just is telling me that it wants to be more active and that sitting down at my computer all day just ain't cutting it. You know, I never think that I'm going to be able to go to work and just perform as well as I do because I have a very active job. You would think that school photography would not be a very active job, but it really is. You're constantly talking. Sometimes you got to talk over all these kids that are talking, running back and forth to talk to the kids and go behind the camera. This isn't even including setting up stuff and taking stuff down. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than people think that it is. And while you're training for it, it's more work than it actually is. It's like a gray area. This is like a Venn diagram. I don't know if that's like the right analogy for this, but once you get into the groove of it, it's easy. I mean, there are hard days. I mean, honestly, the only thing that really sucks about it is like when the adults don't do their job, when the adults start kind of, you know, acting up, that's when it sucks. Like I can deal with kids being shitheads because, well, they're kids. Kids are going to be shitheads, especially once you get to like middle school. Middle school kids are like the wild freaking west. High school kind of, but not as much. And elementary schoolers they're really just gonna listen to the authority figures in the room. But I don't really let kids acting up get to me. It's never anything personal. It's like, yeah, they're kids. Of course, some of them are gonna act like a bunch of vagabonds. But when the adults don't do their job, that is when my job actually just gets harder. I mean, when it comes to like a kid acting up, it's like whatever, you get your photo, don't get it. It's gonna be your head, not mine, if you wanna act up and act like a fool. But when the adults don't do their job, that means that the actual process of taking pictures or everything around that is like screwed up, and that has to be dealt with. And I can't just like push that away. I actually have to deal with that. It's not like a kid where I can just be like, all right, you know what, go. And I never do that, by the way. I always manage to get the picture. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it's a wild bag. I really haven't talked about my job a lot. We have like kind of a high turnover rate. People, especially with training, people think the job is going to be like super easy. Oh, you just put the camera up and you take the pictures and it's whatever. Because a lot of these people haven't been to school in like a decade or more, maybe less than a decade, but you get it. They haven't been to school in years and they don't remember picture day. And when you're a kid going to get your picture done, it really doesn't seem like all that much. And then you go to training and you learn that, oh, you gotta wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. regularly, and you have to carry all this equipment with you, and you have to drive all the way out of your way to go to all these schools. And people are like, I don't want to do that. I think the biggest deal breaker with this job is having to wake up that early. Most people cannot stand waking up earlier than 6 a.m. Some people don't even want to wake up earlier than 7 a.m. And yet here I am waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. for a job, and I'm kind of just used to it now, and I really don't have anything else going on that would make it harder for me to wake up that early. A lot of people that do this job or would want to do this job have kids, so they have to watch their kids. And so this job really isn't easy for them to do because they have to account for that. A lot of people just end up quitting because they get frustrated with the job. They keep coming back season after season and they don't get a raise, and they're also being asked to do more stuff. I'll tell you this, just like any job, if you are good at what you do, you will be given more work to do. Like, I am very efficient at photography. Like, I can get them through really fast. And I wanted to do this, one, just so that we make sure that we're on time, but two, so I can have a little bit of breathing room between classes. But the problem with that is that, and this is no knock against my coworkers, they're all doing a very excellent job, but because I'm usually the fastest one in the room, I end up getting more students brought to me because they're like, oh, this line's open, bring them over here. And then it's like, it's kind of defeating the purpose of me trying to take a breather in between classes, because then I just have to do more work anyway. Is it better to be reliable and have to do more work than unreliable and just do like the normal amount of work everyone else does? I don't know. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. I'm sure there are a lot of photographers that are better than me. I know there are a lot of people that I work with that have all these other things going on. And here I am standing at a park on an overcast day talking to you guys about it. So I guess I really don't have much to be complaining about outside of the weird health issues that I seem to keep having recently. I really hope that this sore rib is literally just a sore rib and has no other underlying things going on with it. It really hasn't gotten any worse. It feels like it's marginally getting better. I'm just gonna have to keep my eye on it. I mean, I'm not experiencing any other symptoms, especially not the symptoms that they said online that I might have if it was something serious, like shortness of breath, fatigue. I mean, that's my secret, Captain. I'm always fatigued. But if I can come up here on camera and ramble and talk and like stay up till almost midnight, I'm probably not suffering from any of those things. Of course, my posture at my computer is probably not helping the rib situation, but there it is. I think that's it. I guess I'll wrap this up here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna head on back home. I got a live stream to do today. I might make a video about that Shrek teaser that they showed off, and of course the Minecraft movie is getting another trailer, And who knows when that's dropping. Okay, that's it. All right, you guys stay happy, healthy, active, and all that good stuff. I'll see you all later.